Brittany here, wanting to talk to you about the Ravens game against Pittsburgh. I predicted that even though the Ravens were heavily favored, not heavily favored, but they were favored, I felt that Pittsburgh, especially at home, would really play a great game. And their defense had looked good, ours had looked crappy. But the one bright light was the defense. They looked like they really worked hard all week to change some things. I think one of the things they changed was Hamilton not being up on the line. He's my favorite player on defense right now. He and Humphreys back there, and then they've gotten a little bit more help. As you can see, look, I'm wearing my Ravens poncho here. So being on the West Coast, I get not to see many games. So this was a televised game, national TV, and I was really hoping the Ravens would pull through so that they could continue to be exposed, but it wasn't meant to be. So what's going on with Tucker? I don't know what it is. I don't know whether he's in love, whatever it is. Get him a psychologist, but it's not the Tucker we're used to. I used to brag to everybody about him and say, hey, look, get Tucker on your fantasy team, and he'll do a great job for you. So I don't know what's going on with him. If he had hit the 6 points that he gave away from reasonable distances, we would have won the game, but it wasn't meant to be. Also, Jackson didn't have one of his best games. He tried to do a lot, but he only had like three passes to wide receivers, and there was one time he could have really run, and he was out of the pocket, and he tried to force a pass into a receiver, and it was just too high. So, but the defense was the bright light. Now, let's talk about penalties. We are the most penalized team in the NFL. That is not a Raven trait. We usually are not like that. So you've picked up on the defense now, and you're playing much better defense, but you must stop the penalties. And when you're not playing good defense or your penalties and those types of things, and even this goes for Tucker, it's about discipline, and you've got to know that you're the better team, and you've got to work harder at it. Penalties are just being distracted or giving a little extra shove when you shouldn't, and that's what lost you this opportunity to go to the Super Bowl last year, in my opinion, because the Chiefs coach, he knows how to get under your skin, and guess what? Tomlin knows how to get under Harbaugh's skin. The last 8 out of 9 games now that Pittsburgh has played Baltimore, they've beaten us. So, John, I think Tomlin's got your number. So you're going to have to come up because you're a good coach, but he's a better coach. If he's beaten you 8 out of 9 times, and you better have a new wrinkle in there. And one of the things that you do very best, but Tomlin does too, is he gets his guys prepared. He gives that speech of motivation. I could see how disappointed you were at the press conference yesterday. That was hard for me to watch, but I know you're a good enough coach to know you got to look just within yourself and say, okay, I've got to change some things. I've got to do a better job at either motivating or making some changes, whatever you need to do. But right now, against Pittsburgh, Lamar is getting, and our defense is getting outplayed by them, and has been now for the last 8 out of 9 times that we faced each other. So you got one more opportunity in Baltimore, and that's what I sure would like to see, was a chance for you to do a much better job by being at home. So this was a physical game. I mean, and that's always a big game for us. There are our rivals in our conference, and now we're solid in second place, and we should be in first easily. But you got to prove it. Every time you step out there, you have to prove that you're the best team out there, and we certainly didn't do that. The other thing is, we used to strip balls right and left from other receivers or running backs, and looks like they drill on that every day. We had 2 fumbles. We are just much, much better at stripping balls, but we didn't look like it. They drill on that. Start to get back to the Baltimore drills where we strip balls all the time. Here's Henry, who hadn't fumbled in, I think it was 503 carries. That's why he was so pissed, and he got stripped on the first play of the game. So he wasn't a happy camper. He only had 68 yards. I think we should have used him a bit more. And we got to open some bigger holes for him to get through, because once he gets through, it's really hard to catch him. That guy caught him with the shoelace tackle, but he did a great job of getting through there. Didn't help us late in the, I think it was the third or fourth quarter, where we lost Raekwon Smith. He's one of our best players. I love him on defense. He calls the plays for the defense. And then my other favorite player is Hamilton. What a guy he is. Those two on defense with Humphreys. Everybody's got to step into their own. We had a couple drop balls. Flowers dropped one, but then Jackson came right back to him and got him in the end zone. So it's back and forth, but then we just didn't move the ball at the end. So we lost 18-16. You can do much, much better than that. The Pittsburgh Steelers had not given up a touchdown or even any points after an interception. So we had Humphreys intercept the ball, and we had the great opportunity to go down, and then they stripped the ball from us and got it right back. So it's a mindset. Discipline is a mindset. Come on, Joe, get them disciplined. Get them disciplined so that they have the mindset of a winner and not are being distracted and being drawn off sides or too many men downfield. That's ridiculous. That's a junior high school, not a pro team. Maybe you need to find them. Anybody that's hit them where it hurts, which is their money, obviously. If you play for the love of the game, you're not going to go off sides. You're not going to have too many people here or there, or you're not going to get in fights with people. So I'm really asking you, Joe, get this team going. They're not Super Bowl bound. Lamar, you got the one pass that you do not have as well as the other quarterbacks is the lob pass. Yours is a little too flat, so just work on that. I think you've done a great job of improvement this year, but you got to really know when to run when we need it sometimes. You did get a touchdown, but we need more consistency. Consistency from everybody on both offense and defense. Much better on defense this past week, not as good on offense. Got to get everything working together. And if we do that, we can win a Super Bowl. Up until now, we are not ready for that. But I believe in you, and I'm out here fighting for you on the West Coast. I got to go to a special bar just to see your games because I go to the casino. It's on some little TV in the back there because they don't see you as a contender. I do. I got you in my heart as a contender. Hope you like this commentary. I tell it like it is. And please subscribe below to Franny's Sports and Travel Corner. Okay, create a great day for yourself. And we got another great game coming up here. And it should tell another tale. So take care, and I'll talk to you later. All right.